How's it going, everybody? So today we are going to be going over another Onision video, and this one is called Why Onision Was Framed. I thought he was leaving YouTube, but he's a fucking pansy, so we'll see what he's got. But first,
Body's always starting shit that I'ma have to finish. In my life I'm like a landmine and you a dancing menace. Always stepping all up over me, pushing all my buttons. Talk a million words up in my ear and never saying nothing. Always wanting something out of me and never giving back. Never caring that you bother me, you oughta get a slap. My blood pressure's high enough to kill me as it is. I'm running with the short wick and hear you all up in my biz. Aggravation, agitation, my levels rise when I unload and finally explode. Don't act surprised like you never seen it coming. All my warning whistles blowing, anger growing, no controlling. When I'm steamrolling, I get mad. I'ma fuck you up. It's me and you, motherfucker. I'ma fuck you up. You're the fucked up now. I'ma fuck.
all right. So I just wanted to play that little bit of a song because I know Onision is known for false DMCA striking people for using clips of him. So, of course, he's completely breaking the fair use law, but YouTube doesn't give a fuck. Okay. Let me get this video shrunk down. Okay.
And to keep everyone educated and be transparent. So this
Okay, what the hell?
is this guy named Anonymous Gene, and he's
Okay. Hold on. He's talking about Anonymous Gene. For those of you who don't know, Anonymous Gene was an anti-Onision guy for a very long time. I don't know much about the guy myself, but I have had my run-ins with him. And he's kind of a dick. So, of course, Greg is going to use that as some justification. Because that's who he is. But let's continue.
he's claiming to be responsible for everything bad that's happened to me, basically. This is Eugene Lynch, aka Anonymous Gene.
Greg, you are not very good at like doing things at all. So other people's channels survived. Your content was gross. You were the only person weird enough to make videos picking apart why you think others' bodies were unattractive. He did. Even dudes, which is weird. And grew a fan base on that and wanting people just wanting his approval. Yeah, I agree. It was fucking gross.
He keeps posting the screenshots and address of where my children live, primarily to people who don't like me. And as you can see right here,
Okay, so I want to point this out. I know people don't like it if this happens, but I do agree that you should not dox anybody. I don't care if it's their address is on the internet at all. Doxing is bad. Just don't do it. I mean, he's trying to use his children as a crutch here, but I do agree that you should not dox anybody. I do agree with that.
it's kind of ironic. The person says no one wishes your kids any ill will, and then he literally posts, where my kids live again. It's really messed up.
He's not doing it because he's against your children. He's doing it because he's against you, you absolute fucking delusional moron.
And he's posting where my kids live again.
Again, Greg's going to be redundant, but whatever.
And once more, he's posting my kid's home address to a bunch of strangers.
It's not your kid's address, it's your address. Just because the kids live there and they live with you does not make it their address. It is your address. You own the property somehow. But okay.
Strangers who don't like me online. Here he is texting me directly, as you can see, taking credit for the text. And as I recall, he's talking about me getting served with legal documents. And he knew about those legal documents because, according to him, he was a direct player in the entire case even existing. Here's him saying that I am going to be raped before I'm murdered in prison. And he said that he'll get the official records of it to my house, where my family would probably be.
Jesus Christ. Stop trying to pull on fucking people's heartstrings, Greg, because you are just an emotional he's an emotional manipulator. Don't fall for his bullshit.
Should be unsettling to anyone, even people who don't like me. Here he's saying he'll pay me 35 grand to interview the person that he claims to be directly involved in. Pretty sure most of you know who he's talking about. This is again him texting me directly despite me wanting nothing to do with him. Here he's saying that the woman from Michigan effed me and I should just get over it. And now she's working on effing me for the rest of my life, saying that I think they're going to settle for less than 10 million. The discussion is for 20 million, and him saying I'll be homeless for the rest of my life and that my kids will hate me just like I do.
Again, you keep bringing your kid. Greg, stop bringing your kids up, please. It's cringe. You don't give a shit about your kids. If you did, you wouldn't have done what you did with them in the room. So yeah, that was a thing.
Don't like my own father. And then he says, I'll supposedly wind up raping my own child, which again, this is all basically the worst thing you could say to someone. Absolutely heinous, but this is the
I mean, he is the guy that used his kid's name in his own books, used his kid's name as his sex doll, and changed his kid's name. Very telling, though.
person who is the self-appointed leader of the anti-Onision community and also directly tied to literally everyone involved.
I have no ties with Anonymous Gene. I don't know who Gene is. I've never spoke with Gene. I am just a normal person who hates Greg. I hate everything about him. I think he's a sickening person.
Who is against me both legally and otherwise, according to him. He said, I wonder who's paying for the lawyers. Oh yeah, it's me, LOLs, implying that I'm only being sued right now because
I don't think Anonymous Gene has anything to do with any of it. Gene, I've heard, is a massive troll, and he's pretty much trolling Greg at this point. He's just being an asshole. That's it. And Greg is one of those people who doesn't know what reality is.
of him saying I'm going to go to prison and that these are my last days of freedom, supposedly having conversations with the man who rebooted his career off me. Here he is saying again that I will be killed in prison and says that my spouse will unlikely survive prison as well, implying we'll both be murdered. Here
Because they don't like underage rapists, Greg. They don't care if they were 17 and they don't care. Okay? Shut up.
he is falsely accusing me of rape and talking about me being served with legal documents.
You weren't falsely accused. You did. She didn't want you to do what you did. Okay?
On March 10th. I don't recall the date I was actually served, but it was close to that. Here's supposedly Gene talking directly to Hansen and Hansen helping coordinate me being served, showing he is in fact, according to this, behind this whole campaign against me and my
Again, I have no uh, ties with Gene. I've never spoken to Gene. I don't know who Gene is. But yeah, Greg will believe anything anybody tells him.
spouse. Here he says, I will find you if you give me an address. We can make the process simple. No Hansen, no camera, just the process server. I don't even really know what he's talking about. Do you guys? And then he's talking about aggravated stalking charges supposedly coming to me, that which I know nothing of. As you can see at the bottom, because I'm in a gay marriage, he uses a hateful anti-homosexual.
Oh, Christ almighty. You are not in a gay marriage. You forced your spouse to transition just for the added benefit of having the LGBTQ whatever behind you on this situation. You are not gay unless you really want to be, which is I know why you're always up in Shane Dawson's I know why Shane Dawson's always in your head.
Slur against me. Here he is making fun of the size of my phallus. In the same series of texts, he was sending me pictures of my own phallus from my OnlyFans. He said,
God, every time he mentions that, I'm fucking puking.
as my genitals look messed up, implying I have a botched circumcision. It's just very graphic and disgusting. And by the way, he's talking about my pop star ex here, which is just generally upsetting. He's also saying that the only reason anyone would call me a pedophile is because of him, implying that the entire smear campaign, all the slander, all the crimes committed against us
Just shut the fuck up, Greg.
via the internet, he's saying that he's responsible for everything, basically implying that everyone's just his puppet. He's also saying that he's sexually aroused by this, and
I don't know if any of this is even true or not, but we know how Greg is.
saying he wants to impregnate my spouse. This is just horrifying, obviously. And I don't know why he keeps mentioning black men. It's very strange. Here he is proclaiming to be the leader of the anti-Onision community, which, quite frankly, I think he is the anti-IO leader. Because according to him, and with evidence that he's shown, he's in contact with a number of people who have...
He is not. He's not in contact with me. He is not in contact with many people. I've blocked Gene on Twitter before a long time ago on my old account. So
been the front runners behind the smear campaign. Him saying I'm going to be homeless in less than a year, clearly sadistically taking joy out of that. Him saying he's going to show up to...
I mean, if they can get P. Diddy, Greg, they can get you. Okay? Shut up.
court and record my downfall and give the videos to all the drama YouTubers. Him claiming that the only reason Hansen came to my house was because of him.
No, not true.
Him claiming to pay the lawyer that's actively, arguably destroying our lives, even more so right now. Some would characterize what he's doing as a narcissistic rage, especially with how he ended it. Here,
No, you're one to talk about narcissistic fucking rage, Greg. Jesus fucking Christ.
Eugene is saying that he would provide a rope for me to kill myself with. Here's someone saying that I'll be dead by the end of 2024. And if not then 2026. And Eugene says that I'll have died from more rape. He's saying I'm going to be raped to death. Again, him saying that I'll be killed in prison and that my face will be so cut up it won't be an open casket. He says my death is coming and I should be prepared.
Okay. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. Gene is just a sick fuck. And I don't care how much anybody hates Greg. I hate Greg with a passion. But doing all of this is just fucked up. The only thing I will agree with.
Prepared for it. He says he'll be stalking me until I'm murdered in prison. This is someone saying if they ever see me, they're going to physically assault me, and then he gave them my address. He said, may your quest be successful. Again, this is a crime. You cannot do this to people.
Shut up, Greg.
It is a serious crime. This person says the fact that the person they're referring to is associated with Hansen, it's very disgusting and criminal. They can't help feeling like it's the lawyer and Hansen writing, the person I proved apologized for raping me. Her new, completely changed story about what happened.
Nobody raped you, Greg. You assaulted her when she didn't want you to. How does an 18-year-old girl rape you when you're such a much bigger person? Jesus fucking Christ, you're an idiot.
And then, of course, Anonymous Gene replies, Greg is going to get raped and death. Sorry, tongue-tied. Saying I'm going to get raped in prison. That's what he says. Again, saying I'm going to be murdered in prison. They're going to murder you in prison. Is that the same one? No, that's different. He's just saying the same thing over and over again. And again, of course, more slander because none of that actually happened, which I proved in the last...
You cannot... I guess I gotta fucking go through those damn videos. They're over an hour long each. Oh, almost 3 hours long. Fuck. I'm gonna have to do those videos when I do my vacation so I have time. But Greg's just being a little pity party douchebag here. It's just fucking
few Onision videos. I was framed. Nobody seemed to care.
You were not framed. Jesus fucking Christ. How many times do we gotta fucking go over this? This is all stuff that you did to other people. You filming them when they're having a seizure, laughing about it. You're just a psychopath, dude. You're a psychopath with delusions of grandeur. That's all you are.
It was a totally heartbreaking thing to go through. I don't know. Is this the same? Like, did he already? Whatever. I don't know if this is a duplicate or not, but saying I'm going to get murdered in prison. Him again saying a noose is the answer here, Greg, telling me that I should kill myself. I cannot stress enough how disturbing it is to see this person claim to be paying the lawyer. That is
He's not. He is not paying the lawyer.
actively trying to destroy my innocent husband and my innocent self.
A husband that you can physically attack every single day, yeah, probably.
Lives. Because why? We were victims of crimes. I was very open and direct with that person about being a victim of a crime.
Oh, God. You were not the victim. God, you are so fucking delusional.
They apologized for victimizing me. They begged for forgiveness at the airport.
Nobody begged for your forgiveness, you fucking.
Before they left, they tweeted about being sorry in the sense that they said they had begged for forgiveness, exactly as they did beg for forgiveness, and somehow
You get off on getting people to beg you for forgiveness. Shut the fuck up.
no one heard me. No one listened to her confessions. Moving on. As you could have predicted, him telling me to kill myself, him saying that he wishes my heart was ripped.
Anyway, so this is a whole bunch of bullshit. This is nothing why he was framed. This is nothing. This is a big fucking nothing burger. This is a bunch of Onision being a crybaby bitch. A crybaby fucking bitch.
Out and outside my body on my shoulder or arm. Him saying that he feels a nice size hole in my head. 2 would be better, but that would require another participant. Not sure if he's talking about bullets or not, but considering the context, it's either very sexual or very murderous, as is his tendency. This is a witness saying that the first follower of Anonymous Gene on almost every account, apparently, is Hansen. That's deeply unsettling because Hansen is not anonymous like Anonymous Gene. This is
Which you just exposed Gene's whole name, you absolute fucking dildo.
Vincent, who used to work with Hansen, being yet another witness stating that Anonymous Gene is close to Hansen. Again, that is really, really
I don't trust Vincent Nicotra for anything because I did a video on Nicotra as well. And yeah, the only thing that was shady about the whole thing was Vincent Nicotra. That's it.
disturbing considering how many crimes Anonymous Gene has committed. Some of you, even listening to this, have been doxxed by Gene, targeted, harassed, criminally cyberstalked. Vincent goes on saying that
Oh, God. As if you have never done anything like wrong yourself. Jesus. If you were truly fucking innocent, Greg, if you were absolutely innocent, you would bring forth every ounce of evidence that you had linked to what you have done and try to fight it. But Sarah and Billy and Shiloh all have evidence against you. All of them.
Anonymous Gene was giving him my physical location, accounts, passwords. He says he even notified Hansen of who Anonymous Gene was, what he was doing. And here he's talking about Hansen literally stalking me, physically stalking me.
That's not stalking, you absolute dumbass. That's what Chris Hansen does. He goes to your address to talk to you. If you were innocent, you wouldn't have hid like a little bitch and called police. And got the meme, who's outside your door? It's Chris Hansen. He's after me. Oh, God, that was hilarious, by the way.
To my home, at which point I called the police on him because my family was inside. Any reasonable person would call the police on some weird dude who is creepy showing up to your house
You called Hansen a creepy weird dude? With you, dude. Come on.
with 7 people. Yeah, you're not going to answer the door to that because
I would. If you were innocent, you would at least try to get your story out and tell him.
you want to protect your family. That's psychotic.
You're the psychotic one.
And this is Vincent basically saying he was trying to control Hansen and keep him professional, and Hansen refused to listen, according to Vincent. Vincent pointing out that Anonymous Gene has been banned before, and he's been banned from YouTube probably more than once. Twitter, he's been banned maybe 40 or 50 times. It's pretty insane. He's been stalking me for at least 6 years. He's saying Anonymous Gene pretended to be Vincent. Meanwhile, Anonymous Gene is the one who always throws out the sock puppet accusation. Ironic. And that he aggressively had
You have like 200 sock accounts from what I've noticed, and you were trying to bully me on one of them. I know you were.
has, even to this day, defended Hansen publicly. This screams that Anonymous Gene is Hansen's right-hand man. Unfortunately, Hansen's right-hand man is a complete and utter confirmed criminal.
Hansen and Nicotra do not work together anymore. They haven't worked together for a while now. I think it was before the whole thing happened and they stopped working together. It's been like 2, 3 years since they stopped working together. You absolute fucking Nimrod. And again, he has an obsession over Death Note. I get it. It's a great anime. It's one of my favorites. He believes himself to be L from Death Note. In reality, unfortunately, he's more like Kira. But whatever.
I've already reported him to the police, and they already told me this is, without any question, a criminal cyber stalker. Supposedly, Anonymous Gene is from Colorado. Supposedly. Also,
You just got mad at him trying to dox you, and then you go and do the doxing yourself. That's not how things work, Greggy boy.
supposedly, this person claims that Gene is actually from a Hansen associated show. I want to stress this. I don't know this to be a fact. This is just what someone says, and this is why they said it. So you can review this information if you care, which most likely no one does, but you can review this
No one really gives a shit about what you have to say. I was framed. Oh, please.
information and decide for yourself who you believe is Anonymous Gene. Again, supposedly this person, but I don't know for sure.
I don't care who Anonymous Gene is. You do, apparently, but whatever.
So this person
This whole video just screams, "Well, this guy was making fun of me," and oh God, dude, you didn't like your commanding officer threatening you. You're a crybaby. You're a crybaby bully bitch, is what you are.
could be completely and utterly unrelated for all I know. As you can see, one example of the many times Gene has been banned from platforms. And this is from Gene writing all of my neighbors, falsely accusing me of predatory.
It's not falsely accusing if it's happened.
Status, and it has made life very, very uncomfortable. So if you're trying to
You did it to yourself, Greg.
ruin someone's life and torture them, you did it. It is without question a reality. And this is Kelly confirming that he did in fact send it to everyone I live around. And it's horrifying because none of it is actually true.
Yes, it all is. God, I can't believe I have to fucking say yes, it is in this video.
As I approved in the previous 3 Onision videos. Vincent again saying,
He's an absolute idiot.
that Hansen was using doxed information to harass, which is not good for Hansen. But anyone who is interested in helping protect my children, my family, etc., please report any information that you have to the proper authorities.
Again, stop. Quit using your children as a puppet here. You're using your children as a human shield for this, you absolute sick bastard. God. Absolute fucking wuss. Be a fucking man.
Regarding any criminal cyber stalking, because it is incredibly important that we keep children safe. It's incredibly important we keep innocent people safe. And regardless of how you feel about people, cyber stalking is illegal.
Like you did?
Anyway, just wanted to let you guys all know what's going on. I've been ignoring this person for the majority of the last 6 or so years, maybe more, and obviously ignoring them isn't working. And remember, no matter how bad your life is, at least you're not me.
Thank God for that.
Thanks. Bye. Hey guys, and it's important.
So that was it. Said a whole lot, didn't say nothing. I've been going on for this video for about almost half an hour, and I think it's a good place to end it. And he just said a whole lot and didn't say nothing. Bye.